Let's go. What a win, guys. What an insane comeback by Mr. Nick Foles today. That was an insane comeback by Nick Foles. Coming back from 16 points to beat an Atlanta Falcons team that, we all, like, many fans said that we were gonna lose, and for him to come back and win that game, that is just amazing. And you have to give credit to where credit is due. Nick Foles played an amazing game today. I believe he had a 91.2 passer rating, and he only had like, I think he went like 26 for 39. Pretty good completion rate. And again, insane game by Nick Foles today, and insane game by the offense for stepping it up in the third and fourth quarter. Now, before we get into the positives, let's first discuss the negatives. Let's get into that first. So the first negative is we are going to be losing Tariq Cohen for the rest of the season due to an ACL injury. And it's really unfortunate seeing a great guy like Tariq, kind of the glue, the electric player on our team, go down with a devastating ACL injury, and he will most likely be out for the rest of the season. And when he went down and he was grabbing his knees, like, I was like, it's an ACL injury. And I told the Discord I'm on that, hey, it's an ACL injury, guys. And, it's just sad to see a great guy like Tariq going down. And, if you're the Bears, if you're Ryan Pace, if you're Matt Nagy, you have to be thinking right now, what are we going to do to replace Tariq? I think there's a couple of options. So the number one option is we have really limited cap space, so I don't want to sign someone because I want to really re-sign A-Rob because he's crucial for our team. So I think I really want a guy like A-Rob to be on our team because without A-Rob, this whole offense is going to take a huge step backwards, and that really won't be good for us. So we really need Allen Robinson. I would rather have out and re-sign Allen Robinson first before we decide to sign any other running backs. And I think to replace Tariq, if you want to go with someone on our team, we could probably use Anthony Miller. Anthony Miller had a nice wide receiver run where he gained a good amount of yards. And then we also have Cordell Patterson, who can also gain a good amount of yards where he can realistically, hopefully, replace Tariq Cohen. And then we could also use a few plays for Darnell Mooney, because Darnell Mooney has this insane speed, similar to Tyreek Hill, where if you give him the ball and he's in a running back position, that guy can pick up a ton of yards using his speed. So I think those are three guys that we could use right now on our team to possibly replace Tariq. Now, I know what I said about A-Rob and saving cap space, so let's say we do re-sign Allen Robinson. I think we have to look at a few guys who we could possibly sign for really cheap amount of money. We don't want to get anyone who's really big on the market so that we can sign him to a mega deal, because you don't have that amount of cap space. And again, we have to make sure we have enough cap for Allen Robinson, because again, he's crucial to our team. So I don't know who's available right now in the free agent market. I think Freeman just got signed by the Giants, so he's gone. I have to check and see who's available, and I'll make you guys another video once I dive into that research. So again, we do have to sign someone. I just don't know who at this point, and I'll be making a video about that. Secondly, before we get into the big news of the day, let's talk about that run defense. That run defense was okay. It was not the best. But when you're going to go against a team like the Colts next game, we have to make sure our run defense is on point. And I really think that we have to sign Snacks. And I was against this move because, again, I was like, we got to save all this cap for A-Rob. And I feel like, again, if we can somehow find enough money by restructuring some contracts, possibly even looking at trading some players, that would save us a lot of cap room to re-sign someone like Allen Robinson. And again, just seeing how that game went for Mitch, well, again, we'll dive into that, but just seeing how that game went for Mitch, maybe that extra cap space we needed for him, we could use it on A-Rob. And, again, if he's not a guy like Snacks, he's not in his prime like he once was. But he is the best possible replacement for Eddie Goldman, who decided to opt out because of COVID-19. So assigning a guy like Snacks would really help our run defense. But again, if signing Snacks would mean that we have to let Allen Robinson go, I would rather us just stick with the defense we have today. That's not, again, I don't want this, but we have to save as much cap as we can for Allen Robinson. So, again, we'll have to see what happens with that. Now, thirdly, we have to discuss about Mitchell Trubisky. And this is an unfortunate thing that happened to Mitch. Because Mitch, I was a Mitch believer, and I really wanted Mitch to succeed. And even yesterday, I was on a live stream with my friend Cole Adams, and he was saying that Mitch isn't the answer for the Bears, and I kept saying, no man, you're wrong. And yesterday night, I made like a mini video on why I think Mitch is really underrated. So it really hurts me as a Bears fan and a Mitch believer to see him get benched. And, I was watching his press conference while I was eating my lunch, and he took it really professionally. He was like, yeah, it was my fault. I needed to make the necessary throws. It did suck that I did get benched, but it was the right move by Nat Nagy. And Nagy didn't actually tell Mitch to, didn't tell Mitch that Foles was going in. It was Laser, and he was like, Mitch, I'm sorry, but Foles is going in, and, you're not going to be going back into the game. And we'll see what happens with that situation, because sometimes all a quarterback needs is a wake-up call. And again, we all have seen what Mitch is capable of and what he's not capable of. And some football players just need that wake-up call. And maybe this is Mitch's. Now, I don't know who will be starting against the Colts this upcoming week, so we will have to wait and see on that. But my guess, just based on this Falcons game, is Foles will most likely be starting. Now, one other thing I want to discuss with you guys. Many of you guys are sitting here and saying, Foles is the answer. Foles is the answer. Foles is the answer. And guys, Foles might be the answer. But we have to also remember, the Falcons were preparing for Mitch. They didn't expect Foles to go in. They had a game plan centered that Mitch would play the whole game. And they did an excellent job containing Mitch and kind of honing on his weaknesses and getting pressure to him and making him make bad reads, bad throws, and make him, Mitch. And next game against the Colts, they're going to be ready for either Mitch or Foles. Whoever the quarterback is, they're going to be ready. So the question is can Foles keep it up, and can he become that QB1? Okay, now let's get into the dub. So, again, insane game. Foles had an insane game, throwing 3 touchdowns. One to the first one to Jimmy Graham, the second one to Allen Robinson, and the third one to Anthony Miller. And he basically came back from a 16-point deficit to win us a game. And, in the fourth quarter, I saw this post, like ESPN had us a 9% chance in winning the game. And yet, in typical Bears fashion that we have seen in these past 2 weeks, we have won yet another game. So again, I think, closing thoughts, a win is a win. And we should be happy about that. And, yeah, we have to see what happens next game. But anyway, if you guys liked it, please subscribe and like my video for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you.